What's going on, you beautiful sons of bitches? This is the Lineman Lounge. We are back from our break.
We're
And
back.
we are ready to hop into some more NFL talk.
Yeah, so we left off with a game at Hard Rock Stadium
We did.
in Miami Gardens, Florida. The Miami Dolphins versus the Buffalo Bills.
Miami Dolphins versus Buffalo Bills. I got the Bills. I know we've had a little bit of discussion about this off the actual show itself. This is a tough game to kind of gauge. Is Miami as good as they were last week? Can they go and beat a team like New England? Well, they just showed they can, right?
Yeah.
They can go into their home,
Divisional
fuck,
tight.
and they can beat them. Fuck again. So they prove they can go and do that. The Bills looked terrible on offense, and they could not put any fucking points on the board against the Steelers. So this game's kind of tough. I got the Bills because I believe the Bills will improve based on what they did last week, and I think the Dolphins maybe take a step back. But this is not an easy game to call. I'm actually staying away from this game on the bets.
Yeah, this is a real close final score to me. I actually got the Dolphins in this one by a slim margin, and I don't feel good about it. But so Buffalo Bills coming into this year, I thought were just going to be a powerhouse team, one of the better teams in the AFC. However, taking a step back to beginning of last year, I did not like the Bills. And then as the season went along and the way Josh Allen was playing, the way that he was having the connection with Stephon Diggs, it was like they're undeniable to me. They are a good team. He is a improving quarterback. And so by the end of the year, I thought, yeah, they're going to have a pretty consistent long run of being a solid team, a playoff team. And I still think that they have that potential. But then last week, and the way that they played the Steelers, who I think the Steelers are an average team, and have the potential to be below average, not very good.
I actually thought the Steelers would go under 500 for the first time in Mike Tomlin's career.
Yeah.
Go 8-9.
Yeah, and so to have them have it that low scoring of a game and play that bad, it makes me get the feelings of, are the Bills regressing to the mean? And the mean for me with the Bills is just a average to above average team that may or may not slip into the playoffs. That's my fear with the Bills, though I don't not remember what they did at the end of last season, and I think that maybe week one was just one of those fluke weeks for them. It's their first time getting back into full-time NFL football, and they stepped on their crank and did not play very well. On the other side, the Dolphins, I've been kind of saying, hey, these guys are a fringe playoff team. They are getting better, and people are sleeping on them. And then they go into Foxborough, and they beat a very good Patriots team.
Drastically improved from last year Patriots team.
Newly
they're not the
retooled.
same Patriots.
No, not of like the Tom Brady area or anything
They're
like
not
that.
the same Patriots from last year with Cam, where they couldn't produce any offense. The defense was suspect. That's not the same Patriots team. This is a drastically improved Patriots team.
They retooled their defense. They got a lot of new players in there, and the offense looks very reminiscent to what you would expect in a Tom Brady style offense.
A little more conservative, but
yeah. And I think the conservative part of it is they don't have any really big name offensive weapons. Not that Tom did in the latter years there. No. I mean, he had Edelman and stuff like that, but still. You've got Jacoby Myers, who is going to be their number one wide receiver, and he's going to do well in fantasy and things like that. But, they're going to be conservative with a rookie quarterback, and they're going to rely on a defense that should be very good. Either way, the Dolphins went in there and won a close game. It was down to the wire at the end.
Is that Patriots defense better than the Bills defense?
I think so.
You think so?
I think they are.
Because if that's the case, then
by the end of the year, I think they are.
You might swing
right
me
now,
to the Dolphins, but right now, I still think that Bills defense plays a little bit better than that Patriots defense. And I got to believe that the Bills can put up more points. I mean, the Steelers are going to have a good defense.
I think the Dolphins have a better offense than the Steelers' offense, and that they'll end up taking it more towards the Bill defense than they saw in Week 1. Now, this, like I said, this is a tough one for me. I think the Dolphins squeak it up because they're going to play very hard on their home field, and they're going to be riding on the coattails of that win last week. But this seems like a very close game to me. Buffalo the line of Buffalo 3.5 under. It's scary to me. I'm taking the Dolphins, but by a slim margin. And this is another one of those pick'ems for me. It's tough.
I got the Bills a little bit because I'm betting them, so I have to take the Bills. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to come on the show and say I'm taking the Dolphins and then bet the Bills and then not give you guys what I think. But this is a very tough game. This is one of those picks that I have that is I'm not 100% sold on. I am a little leery of this pick. But I think the Bills do get it done. I think Josh Allen rebounds from a very tough week. I think that Steelers defense is much better than this Dolphins defense. So I'm going to give the edge to the Bills in that aspect.
Yeah, I'm picking the Dolphins, and I'm expecting to be wrong almost because I feel like the Bills probably are closer to what they were at the end of last year than they were in Week 1 of this year. And they could progress to the mean and get closer to what they were at the end of last year in this week than what I was thinking at the beginning of last year when I wasn't sold on the Bills.
Yeah.
They're a scary team. They have the potential to be in top 5 AFC teams. So we'll see if they turn it around from last week, because last week was a kind of dumpster fire for them.
Yeah, it was not great.
So next, Patriots Jets. Talked a little bit about the Patriots and the Patriots taking that loss from the Dolphins. I think that, like I said, fringe playoff team of the Dolphins. I think Patriots are also going to be a fringe playoff team. They're going to be, battling with the Dolphins. They're playing the Jets. And
It's the Jets.
Yeah. Patriots got this game. I don't even think there needs to be a whole lot of talk about it.
No, the Patriots have this game by a lot because so everybody knows I'm not a huge fan of Zach Wilson. But you give me Bill Belichick coached defense against any rookie quarterback, I'm going to take Bill. And I'm not sold on Zach Wilson at all. I think he's kind of a bust. So I got the Patriots by a good margin in this game. I'm not going to sit here and bury Zach Wilson any more than I have in the past. Bill Belichick, that defense against a quarterback that I think was way overdrafted. Patriots all day.
Yep, Patriots for me as well. And the line's New England -6. I'm probably taking that.
I'm gonna bet the Patriots to cover that.
Yeah.